Hey guys, 29 Marine here with another video. Today talking about the Battle of Iwo Jima for our Semper Sundays. This battle, if you don't know much about it, I'm ordering you as much as I can over the internet to go and look it up. This battle is quintessential in Marine Corps history. It is what Marines are known for, and Marines have been known for the past 70 years. This is a battle where if you see the pictures of the 5 Marines and the Navy corpsmen lifting up the American flag on top of that mountain, that happened in this battle. They had taken Mount Suribachi. They hadn't taken the whole island, but they had taken Mount Suribachi, and a lot of the guys were on the islands were getting pretty depressed because the fighting there was intense, just absolutely insane. And when that flag went up over the island, apparently across the entire island, you could hear the Americans cheer, the Marines and the Navy just cheer. The ships that were out that had loaded, the battleships that had assaulted the beach before with their huge ass cannons, and the troop transport vehicles out in the water just started blasting their horns. They just made a hell of a lot of noise. And this area just one of those things that one, struck fear into the Japanese, and two, really boosted the Marines' morale, because seeing that American flag go up on that island that they had been fighting quite hard on for the first few days, because it was only a few days at that point when they took the island, or when they took the hill. It's just one of those things that just really was a stepping stone, I guess. In terms of information for the battle, the battle officially kicked off on 19th of February, 1945, and it lasted just over a month and a week, and ended on the 26th of March, 1945. They needed this because it had 3 airfields, and it put them very, very close to, much closer to mainland Japan, which is what they needed the island for, so the planes could land and then take off from there. The battle, if you've seen the Pacific, they show the battle there. The amount of fire that came down on these Marines is unbelievable. And the Pacific, I think, shows it pretty well. So definitely watch that series if you haven't seen it. It's basically when the Marines hit, they nothing happened at first. They hit the beach, and a ton of Marines got on the beach, and they were starting to think that there was going to be a cakewalk because there was no Japanese, and they were nervous, obviously, because it wasn't like the Japanese to leave such a valuable island, to the United States. And once a ton of Marines got on the island, the Japanese hit them. They just absolutely unloaded with everything. They had the beach zeroed in because the Japanese knew that was the only beach that the Marines could land on the island, and it was perfect for the Japanese because one, it was the only beach, so they could really zero it in. But two, the sand was very soft, very difficult to walk in. It's volcanic sand. It's black, and it's just rough. You just can't. It's very difficult to walk in. A few of my buddies have been there. I didn't get the chance. Sorry, 1 second. Okay, sorry. I know it's only a second or two for you guys, but fucking throat going crazy. So what was I saying? So it was very beneficial for the Japanese because you just couldn't walk in the sand. It's volcanic, and a few of my friends had been there. That's where I was going. I didn't get the chance when I was in. We were actually about to go, and then something happened where we were unable to go. And now you have to get permission from the Japanese military to go there, or from the Japanese government. They're pretty good about it, especially letting Marines. They know that is a holy ground for Marines. And if you get there and you hike to the top of Mount Suribachi, there's a big thing where you can put your dog tags on, and you can find pictures of it. There's an insane amount of dog tags that Marines and whoever else over the years have left there. The battle was rough. There was, on the U.S. side, we lost almost 7,000, 6,821 men killed, and then 19,217 wounded. If you just think about that. This one battle, which lasted a month and a week, has more wounded and killed than 10 years worth of war against the Taliban and Al-Qaeda and all that. So just take a second to think of that. And try to think of, for us, 25,000 people. Just try and 26,000 actually, but try and grasp that number. You know how many people that is. That's probably 10 times your school. For a lot of you, it's probably bigger than your entire town. Just everybody in it dead or seriously wounded. And so just the casualties are ridiculous. The Japanese fared worse than we did. They had just under 19,000 killed, and then an unknown amount wounded. It was a rough time for them, but yeah, it was one of those battles, man. It was one of those that made the Marine Corps. That really kind of solidified our worthiness, I guess, to continue to defend our country. Because people weren't sure. They're always trying to get rid of the Marine Corps, especially. If you look back through Marine Corps history, there's so many times when the government have tried to get rid of the Marine Corps. And this basically just made it where that's not going to happen, because the Marine Corps has made a name for itself, and people want the Marine Corps. On this battle, I'm not going to go into the medals of honor that were given for this battle. I want to talk about them later, so don't worry about that. But there was 27, for just this one battle, for a month and a half, there's 27 U.S. military personnel that were awarded the Medal of Honor for their actions, 14 of them after they had been killed. Of those 27, 22 were Marines and 5 were Navy corpsmen, which is just awesome. Navy corpsmen are the shit. There's no doubt about it. And in this one battle, just kind of give you more reasoning to understand how vicious it was and how important of a battle it was. Just this one battle of the entire war that in the Pacific, there was only a total of 82 Medals of Honor handed out throughout the entire war. And 27 of those, a quarter of those, more than a quarter of those, were handed out in this one battle. So that's just insane. Out of every other thing that we fought, the majority of them were handed out here. It's just kind of crazy. Yeah. Do your own research on this. There's quite a few books that you can find about this battle, and you need to read them. It really is one of those things that you just need to know about. So, alright guys, if you have any questions, any concerns, hit me up, and I will do what I can to answer them. Appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Semper Fi.